Okay, hi guys. My apologies again for the failed demonstration. As it turns out, I plugged the glasses into the laptop, it did a software update, and somehow its MAC address got changed. I didn't know that was possible. That's the Google Glass software. So it works via the phone. I've got some options here. I can add apps from here straight onto here. And the most interesting app is, one second, yeah, the screencast. So what that does is now you're seeing on here what I see on here. Okay, so as you wear it throughout the day, the screen doesn't stay on. To switch the screen on, you would do a basic tap like this, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the time. If you have a look here, I can scroll left and right. It's very simple to maneuver. You're seeing a bit of a lag, but I don't see a lag on my screen. If I go to settings here, you can see I'm connected to our Wear network. That's what I couldn't connect to earlier. And I'm also connected to the cell phone via Bluetooth. Okay. Some of you asked me about how we navigate through the screens. So if I go here, I can use voice command. I can say OK glass. Right, now it gives me a menu that I can look through. You see, I didn't say that. I shouldn't be talking while it's recording. Let's try again. OK glass. OK glass. OK glass. No. OK glass. Take a note. Remember to do something. And you see it takes a note and it's gonna go onto my cell phone. It's linked to an app called Evernote. Now the interesting thing. This is our job card for the rubber plant. It doesn't have to be this big, but it's just easier to pick up the code if it's big, especially if I'm holding it all away from myself like that. So basically this is a job for a throat bush. It's got a curing time, the press it goes in, some little description. But now the interesting thing is, I find this at my press. I want to start working. Let's see how I can do this video here. I'm going to tap on my glass, tap again, some options. I'm going to use the scan this option. I put it in front of me and it picked up the code. I click and there you see our virtual job card. Now here I have the job ID. I'm not sure how well you can see, it looks a little unclear, but that's the raw material on one side and the finished product on the other. So you don't confuse you can see what's in front of you. It has to match with what you're seeing up here. It's got some details like the curing time again. There's some work instructions. I just made those up, and right at the end we got our options. What do we want to do? So I've just finished loading this part physically into the press, and I'm gonna click submit, and it's gonna load, and it's gonna tell me job submitted, and then swipe down to close the screen. So I swipe down like this, and I'm back to the main menu. Switch it off, I swipe down like that again. So now that was the operator's job. He's finished, he leaves to do the next job on another press. Now, as a manager, I have my iPad, or well, I've got a Samsung. And here, this is just a simple Excel application I made. It links into the SQL Server. So that job card gave me instructions to clock on here. I clocked on here. That then went into the SQL database, and this reads from the SQL database. So all I have to do, I just made up a mock-up dashboard. Let's see if you can see that clearly. So it's a Rubberplast test CRM system. There's press 12. Its current efficiency. That bar is meant to represent 24 hours. And if I click on refresh all data here, as I just did, there it refreshes, and the job I just finished gets logged in there. So I did a few hours of work. It logged it there, blue being for value adding time. Efficiency has gone up to 95%. There's a few non-value adding times there, and that's essentially it. This is a mock-up, but the same background software can be used to put together a real functioning system. What else can I show you? So at the moment I'm hosting that from this tablet. So I've got a program called I think it's called Vertigo Serve, and what I can do from there is I can go into its setup, and I can look at the database. I set up the database from here. So this program has a little database development section. It uses MySQL. That's a free version of SQL, but essentially it does the same thing as the professional version, just with less processing power. Here I created 4 different jobs for the demonstration, and you'll see right now that was job 2 that I just scanned, and it's submitted. It's a very simple database. It's only got three things in it. It actually helps because it makes for very quick performance. Then when you want to analyze the data, you just link more data onto it rather than having it all in the table. So right now you can see there, job 2 submitted, today's date. Let me refilm that second part. Alright, I'm the operator now. This is the second scenario. I had that job card, I made a mistake, I wanted to undo what I did. So, same job card. I'm gonna go back into Glass, onto the ScanDisk application. I'm gonna look at the job card like that. Picked it up, going in, exact same job card, but now I scroll down to cancel job, click cancel, and now it says job cancelled. Swipe down to close. back on the server. Take a look at our miniature database. I'm just worried just now there was a bit of a glare, but there's our database. Remember, we submitted it, it was job 2. Now if we refresh, keep your eye on job 2, it's just gonna reload, and job 2 is now cancelled, and there's the new time when it was cancelled. Simple as that. But when you have a lot of operators clocking all at once, the database grows, there's a lot of information we can pull out of them. The main information, yes, historic information is important, but what we find we use this for most is real-time indication of what's happening. We can see, oh no, this job has been in there for long, since 11 o'clock, it should have come out. We write a little piece of software to highlight that. Oh, this press has been down for ages. Oh, this press is on maintenance, we shouldn't plan anything else. Oh, look, 2 presses aren't working because there are 2 guys absent. Anybody from anywhere in the company, without having to go down to the floor and do a little investigation, can have a bird's eye view of what is happening in real time. That's all I'm going to give you for today.